Did it work?
Beautiful.
Did. Welcome.
Thank, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel very welcome over here and great day to you, Chantal.
Great day to you too. How are you?
I'm doing well. Today is already it's wonderful. The sun is not yet peeked through the clouds, but we can feel it.
Same
We can
here.
feel it.
Same here. So where are you located again?
I'm actually in the Lone Star State. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, over here in New York, it's kind of cloudy, kind of humid, but
Mhm.
it's really nice still. Did some yoga this morning.
Yes, I saw that. Was that the Vinyasa one or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday, but I always do, like, pretty much always do the vinyasa. So today was a different flow, but still vinyasa yoga flow.
Wow. And you seem, I mean, when you say you always do it, Chantel, that sounds very disciplined, you
I
know?
mean, I I want to be honest. The last couple weeks, I've been very like, I don't know, I just like woke up like late in the morning and I felt like, no, today's not the day. Today's not the day I'm gonna do the yoga. Which I feel like I should be more disciplined with. But yeah, the last couple days I really tried to, like practice what I preach. So I
Hmm.
feel good. I always feel so good after it. So
And is that something that you preach? Is it
like
something
doing,
that you preach?
I mean, some kind of movement.
Mhm.
I know that, I always feel so much better after moving my body. It doesn't matter if it's yoga or just like a quick workout or going to the gym or walk or anything. Like just like stretching. It doesn't have to be like a heavy workout or anything.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be long at all. It can be 15 minutes. What I do every morning and every like evening before going to bed and after waking up, I just stretch my body.
Mhm.
I just, just have like this little routine of a back stretch and side stretch, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just feel a lot better after it. So, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like you do because, the when I saw you on the story, it looked like you were doing all sorts of positions. You were doing like a Superman. You had your arms behind your back. You had your head
I
tilted.
mean,
You
what
were
can I say? I'm quite flexible.
right. And was it always that way? I mean, how long
Um,
ago had you started this practice?
well, yoga, I've been doing for maybe like 3 years now, but I've been dancing this like German dance, Garda
Ga-
is called.
Garden?
Yeah, no, Garda. It's like a carnival dance kind of thing. And I did that for over 9 years when I was younger. And it was, like these like girls that kind of like the Rockettes in New York, like Radio City when they like put their legs up like
Oh,
like
oh,
this.
when they're like arm in arm?
Yeah, yeah, and they have like these like funny dance moves
Okay.
and like they're all like in a row and like it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And I did that for 9 years and you have to be kind of flexible for that as well.
Okay.
Um, so I guess.
Okay. So that kind of bled into yoga, like the lessons that you learned from Gada, from the dance with the group?
I guess it's so different though. It's
Yeah.
so different. It has nothing to do with each other. The
Right.
yoga really just came because my mom actually planted the seed because we went to so during COVID there was nothing open, like we wanted to go on a little trip, but we couldn't because everything was closed. There were no flights, like everywhere in the world. So she kind of like booked us into this like yoga class, but not, it wasn't just the yoga. It was also like the philosophy behind it and like just to like get to know a little bit about it. And she was like, since we can't go to like a retreat center, we just do that, and you like get to learn a little bit about it. And it was like, well, right, fun. Like I've never done this before. So that was just a week, and it was in Germany. Like it was just
Mm,
right where we live. Um, and then I really started to like it. And then
yeah.
for my birthday, she gave me a yoga mat and a yoga block and, look, all the different, like some like yoga pants and all that stuff so I could like start myself. And I was just looking up some YouTube videos every once in a while. Then I took my yoga mat to Spain,
Mm,
did it every morning there. And then I really started to like, oh wow, like this actually feels good and I really want to pursue it more and yeah, just like practice more. And then a couple months ago, I did my yoga teacher training in India. So it
mm.
went from very, very little in the day or in the week to being a certified yoga teacher now.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Awesome. So from Germany to India to like you're a world traveler.
I love traveling. I do. Yeah. It's
Wow.
one of my biggest passions.
Yeah. Because you said that, in Germany, you said you were at your house in Germany? Okay, okay. So this was 3 years ago when your mom planted the seed?
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. During COVID 2020. So 3 years ago.
So she lives in Germany?
Yeah. So both of my parents live in Germany and I live with them when I'm there, in Frankfurt.
Okay. So were you born in Germany or were you born here?
I am fully German.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was born in Stuttgart.
No
Yeah.
way. You're German too. Do you
No,
speak
I
a
mean
little
no, no,
bit?
I was born there, but I'm not like, of the land,
How
it was
come how come you were born there?
well, both of my parents, they're retired military. Yeah. So they were stationed there back in 1990 when I was born. They were stationed
Yeah.
in Stuttgart, Germany. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yes. So it's very interesting. I wouldn't have known that, you were full German, full blown, you know?
What do you mean?
I just, the New York vibe. Like, how long have you been in New York?
2 months now.
2 months?
I always come back. Yeah, I always come back though. Like I'm here for 2 months now. I'm probably gonna be back end of September, beginning of October. I'll do a little traveling in between. I just go back and forth New York
Right.
and Frankfurt. And when I'm not in either one of the places, I'll just travel.
Right. Because, Chantel, I don't, and, I might be crazy. Call me crazy, but I don't detect the the stereotypical German accent, you know?
I'm really glad you say that because I mean, accents are a beautiful thing, you can like hear where the person is from and also like it's a beautiful thing, but I don't really like the German accent at all. It sounds so harsh and like I think like French, like a French accent is really beautiful or Spanish, but then German, really? So I'm so glad you say that. I'm still not 100% like happy with the like my English. I still feel like, ugh, sometimes I can hear my German and I'm like, no, like stop. But I'm working on it.
Really? I mean, because like I said, I wouldn't have known at all. Had you not told me that you were born there, that you're from there,
Well,
family.
I appreciate it
Yeah,
so much. Thank
yeah.
you.
So you're saying that you actually went out of your way to change it? Like you actually did you used to sound
Oh,
different?
no, I feel like I'm pretty good with accents. Like whenever I'm somewhere, it doesn't matter where it is. Like when I was in India, actually, I kind of not that I picked up the Indian English accent, but it's like I pick up accents quite quickly. So let's say I'd be in England for a couple
Mhm.
months or even years. I'm probably gonna pick up like the British accent.
Uh-huh.
Um, and just because I'm in the States a lot, I guess, I'm not trying. I'm not, this is not me. This is just the way I talk.
What?
Like, I'm not like trying hard to not have the German accent. So it just is what
Right,
it
right.
is.
It's effortless. It's effortless. So you're not even trying, you know. It's interesting how even just after a couple of months that you can pick up things so easily. You're a chameleon, you know?
I guess.
Wow. Wow. So really blending into your environment. Has it always been that way since childhood? Like your ability to just kind of morph into who you are?
I mean, I don't know about languages because I'm actually quite bad with that. Also with English, like I hated English in school. I was so bad at it. I didn't want to learn it at all. I was like I was so scared of even like ordering food at a restaurant because I was like I didn't want to like I was so scared of speaking. But I guess as a kid, I always like when it comes to like like friend groups, and I kind of like fit in every group because we're like whatever group it was, I could just like easily, I'm always like flexible. I can be like, okay, what do you guys want to do? Like I'm flexible, whatever, I'm happy with anything.
Yeah.
And the groups were so different. Like I had so many different friend groups from like elementary school and high school, and then like I don't know, like my like dance friends or whatever, and they were also different from each other. And it's I love them all.
Yeah.
So
That is so interesting, Chantel, you know, just to learn more about your story. It seems to me like, you know, not only do you, with the dancing, with the yoga, you have a flexible body, but you also have a flexible mind, you know?
well, yeah, I mean, I guess
Because
it's
you're telling people like, oh yeah, you know,
easy to, huh?
you're like, I'm flexible, I'm good, I'm flexible, whatever, you know, it's all good, I'm flexible.
Yeah, it's easy to get around like this, and also like makes you have more, or like I mean, having different like friend groups, or like it opens up so many more doors in life, right? Than just this one way.
Right.
So,
I agree. I agree. You know, so there's many doors. It's like you give me the image. If you've ever seen The Matrix, there's a scene in The Matrix Reloaded where there's a white hallway and there's like an infinite number of doors in this hallway. And the key maker has all these keys and he can open up the door. And in each door, there's like a whole nother universe, you know? Like
yes.
whenever you open a door, it's another universe. And you open a door, it's another universe. So somebody once told me, Chantal, and you might have heard this before, but they said in life there are an infinite number of doors, and if you are diligent, you will open some of them. And if you are brilliant, you will open many of them. But if you are vibrant, they will open for you.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
So how does that resonate when it comes to the doors that have been opening up in your life, be it relationships, circumstances, peoples, places? How does that relate to you?
What do you mean?
So, for instance, with yoga, this is a door that is opened with your certified your teacher training that you actually went to India to get, you know. How did that kind of open a door for you? What did you perceive differently from being in India, and how did it impact you?
Oh, well, so that's interesting because my my experience there was actually okay. I don't want to sound dramatic at all, and I'll keep explaining, but my experience there was actually quite horrible. um, I loved it, but I before going there, I was expecting like I was saying I'm not expecting anything. I just wanted to be open to the experience. I just wanted to see what happens. And I did in a way, but as a human being, I was still expecting something, like, kind of. So I went and I thought, that's funny because I talked to a friend about that yesterday, actually. Because she asked me like how it was. And I was kind of expecting to be, you know, like in perfect alignment with myself, doing the yoga, being happy, being, you know, shanti, 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 and like, you know, everything that the whole yoga lifestyle is preaching. And I thought I'll just have an amazing time. And then also in India, I've never been to India, but then like being there, experiencing the country, seeing new like new cultures. And also India is the birthplace of yoga. So amazing, right? And then I went, we had this really tough schedule. I got food poisoning the first week. It was really, really hard for me with like, I don't know, just like the mental aspects of it because we were doing so much breath work and meditation and like all the other things besides the asanas. We were doing so many other things that is really hard on your mental health as well. Like you dig deeper in like what's inside of you. Um, and then the whole new environment, new people, new food, like all this kind of stuff. And it was just so hard on me. I was sick from the first week and it was like dragging the whole 2 months. Um, and I don't know, it was just I like looking back now, it was very intense and I still loved it and I learned so much. But being there, I know like every single day, I was just like so exhausted and so tired and so like, why did I do this? Like, why did I come here? This is horrible, which it wasn't. And I want to do my 300, like, I want to complete the 500 of yoga teacher training, and I want to do it in India. So I definitely want to go back. And I wouldn't, I'd still recommend going there and doing it there, but also keeping in mind, like, you won't feel such an alignment and you won't feel like, oh my God, I was so exhausted and I've never felt so disconnected from myself
Mm.
ever before. Which is kind of funny because you were supposed like you're learning about feeling so connected and so much in alignment with yourself in that place. You know, like I don't know. It's just I there's there's so much to say about India, and yet there's like nothing to say. It just is what it is, you know? Like it was just this experience that I would definitely do again. Um, but yeah, so
I see. Thank you for sharing that. You know, thank you for sharing just
oh,
your honest testimony.
you're
Your
welcome. You're welcome.
your
I don't want to lie about it and be like, oh, it's been the best thing ever and I loved it like every single second of it because it's just not true. I was really having a hard time. But then at the end, like looking back now, it still taught me so much and it opened because you know, we talked about this because of like the opening door thing. I what it opened to me was a door within myself that I got to know myself a little better. And even though I had such a hard time, I know now better than before what I have to work on and what's actually like screwed up within myself. You know, like where is this like why am I not aligned with myself and what is it that I have to work on and like things like that were just like opening up to me, which I appreciate, you know, every up and every down is essential in life and important for the journey. And that's what I feel so blessed for and grateful for. And even though I had a hard time, it's still good at the end, you know, like I still learned from it.
So you're able to be great, you know, even now you still have that gratitude and you keep that
Yes,
attitude. I like what you said, Chantel, that, you know, it's like they say, no ups without downs. Without peaks, there would be no valleys or the other way around, you know?
right. Yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm trying now, like each and every like all the suffering and like every down in my life. And like I have a lot, maybe not on like social media, like what everybody sees, but like my just my health, like my mental health, I'm really working on it. Um, but I'm so grateful for the pain that I feel sometimes because it teaches me happiness, and it teaches me like what is it like I want to work on that, and I don't want to feel that pain anymore. So what can I do to be happier in life and to have this like peace inside of myself, like inner peace that is so important. So I'm grateful for every single down.
For sure, for sure. And I love that you said that, Chantal, because inner peace, these things that you're describing, that you're talking about, these are things that a lot of people are seeking in life. A lot of people are searching for and looking for. And I remember when I saw your post when you were doing your yoga session, your vinyasa flow, as you put it, you had these affirmations on the side, and you were talking about forgiving yourself for negative thoughts about yourself, and even like loving your flaws and imperfections. So when did you start to really feel that connection with who you are inside, to be able to kind of change and reframe certain things and, raise that bar?
I'd say that started maybe like 2 years ago. I really with the high raw vegan diet that I'm on, to be honest. Yeah. Like I always was interested in like a spiritual aspect of life, and like loving yourself. Like you hear that a lot. Love yourself first, or self-love is so important. But what does it actually mean? Like love yourself first. Isn't that something like just an egoistic person would say? But no, it's actually so true, because you can't love anybody else. Like you can't give love. You can't give what you don't have. So if you have unconditional love for yourself, that's the only time when you can like give unconditional love to anybody else. And I learned that with the yoga, because that's kind of like the lifestyle of it as well. But also, I became aware of it with the raw vegan lifestyle for some reason. And I keep saying that on my stories and on my posts, like I'm not a like 100% raw vegan. Um, I do like I change my like diet or whatever weekly, if you want to say so. I still cook vegetables from time to time, or like I make every single meal myself mostly, but still like I don't want to keep it as strict and just be like, okay, I'm 100% raw and I eat whole foods all the time and I don't like, eat anything processed. I would, and I'm trying to be very like open with that. But with that lifestyle, with that awareness came the awareness of myself and my self-love, I guess. So 2 years ago,
Okay.
it's yeah.
Okay. So when it came to this new lifestyle, this new style of living, that seems to be giving you so much, and putting you back in touch with
Oh
yourself,
yeah.
and even.
And the best part about it
Mhm.
is for sure the people that I met on this lifestyle. Because it's not, I mean, I love fruits, always have, always will, love all the like salads and vegetables, but that's just a side, I don't, it's the people. Because I have met like one of the best friends I have now on this lifestyle, and just like each and every single person I meet on this journey being like in this lifestyle, it's just so vibrant. And I just like love talking to new souls, and it teaches me so much, and it's just so different from the people I met before that, because that was just, I feel like that was just, like the basic conversations. And now when I talk to someone that's it doesn't even they don't even have to be like raw vegan or whatever, but just like the people that I meet now, they're so aware of themselves and so aware of like what is life actually about, and it just gives me so much joy um to meet all of them. So that's the best part for me. um
Yeah, yeah. And the joy that you feel, it comes through, you know, it comes through on the screen, it comes through in the things that you provide, that you put out into the public, that the positivity that you project on your platform, you know. So I have seen you, you know, hanging with lovely friends like Olivia and Tuche and Jason and, you know, all the fruit family.
yes, I feel so blessed to know them. They're so great.
Yeah, you know. So what was your diet or what was your lifestyle like before you started going down the raw vegan path? What sort of things were you digesting, consuming back then?
Oh, that was so okay. So I'm vegetarian for 12 years now, I'd say. Maybe like since sixth grade.
Mhm.
Um, and then I was just vegetarian for all these years. After my very long travel to New Zealand and Australia, I came back from that. That was 2019. And then I decided to just like give this vegan diet a try. Um, I've heard a couple things about it before then, but I was always like, vegan, like no eggs, no cheese. I could never do that. So I just like tried it out, and then from like one to the next day, I just didn't have any like animal products again. I didn't want to be like strict with that, and it was always like if I'm craving cheese or if I'm craving like any animal product, I would just allow myself to have it. But it just never came up. Like I was always just like, like it'd be fun to have like a cheese with that, but also I don't really care. I could have something else. So that was 2019 when I went vegan. And then with that, because my parents or my mom was kind of against it at first, not against me being a vegan, but she was like, okay, I'm not going to cook for you. Like, vegetarian is like more than enough. I don't want to like literally make an extra meal just for you. So I was like, all right, so I'm just going to get all these recipe books. I'm going to make my own meals. I will like look into what foods do I need to eat to get my protein, to get my this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I did all that. And with that, my love for cooking came because I always hated to prepare food, to cook food. I was always the worst. Like, I didn't even know how to make like pasta, really. Okay, I did. But like, I hated it. But then with the vegan diet, I really started to fall in love with actually cooking and preparing food and putting so much love into the meals that you're eating. And then when was that? Maybe 2 years ago, I was just not bored, but I love a challenge. So I was like, okay, I could be in the kitchen, I could make vegan meals like blindly. Oh wait, go outside. Let me know if you can't hear because the connection outside is sometimes not as good.
It's
Um,
going in and out now.
can you still hear me?
It, it's going in
Can
and
you hear
out.
me?
It's a little.
Damn it. One second. Hello?
Uh,
Huh. Can you hear me now? I'm just trying
it's
on different
static.
locations.
Yeah, it's freezing a little bit, a little staticky.
Is that better? That location?
Uh,
Because I can see you clearly.
okay, you can see me
Yeah,
now?
I can see you and I can hear you. Everything's
All
fine.
right, cool. So, yes, so back to what you were saying before we
Oh,
left.
so, well, I just love a challenge. So 2 years ago, I was like, okay, I want to try something else. And I saw all these raw vegan people on Instagram all of a sudden. I was like, oh, raw vegan. That's interesting. Isn't that just like eating a carrot and the lettuce and that's it? But then I saw all these like really, really amazing raw chefs like Chef Ocean and Olivia, and so many more. And I was just really impressed by what they actually make in the kitchen with just raw foods. Like I was so impressed that you could make raw wraps and pizza and like even just like simple, like simple meals like zoodles with some kind of creamy tomato sauce and it's all raw vegan. So I was like, okay, challenge accepted. I want to try this. Um, so I did try it. Like I was telling myself, like just try it for maybe like a week or two. Just have like fruits throughout the day and then, anything like a salad in the evening, whatever you want. And I tried it and I loved it. I felt so amazing. I felt all these like, I don't know, like benefits that people like keep saying like on a raw vegan diet you feel this and that. Like my skin cleared up and I felt so much energy throughout the day. Like there's so many things that I was just like, wow, that's actually cool. Like I thought that with transitioning to a vegan diet that would all already happen, like with the clearing up the skin, and but still I was like a junk food vegan. Like nothing against it. Like if I don't care whatever anybody wants, like whatever they feel best with. But for me, it was really like all these fruits a day, the salad a day, like it just gave me so much, and it's really a lot of fun to prepare all these raw meals as well. And for me, I'm a very colorful person. Like I love colors and I love colors in the kitchen and I love to like eat the rainbow in a way, like as you say, like eat the rainbow to be healthy, whatever. And the raw diet really gives you the rainbow because anything that's cooked, like it turns kind of brownish after time. But if it's still raw, like you can literally have the rainbow in the salad or like in a fruit platter or whatever, and it just gives me so much joy.
Wow.
It sounds so silly, like people that are not into it are like, "Are you what is this crazy girl? She's so happy about her fruit platter." But I'm like,
Mm.
I'm so happy.
I
And I
feel
love sharing fruit and like, I don't know, like, like fruit legs or just like a little picnic with a salad, or like many salads with people and just like enjoy a good day. That gives me
mm,
so much joy.
yeah. I feel that, I feel that energy, I feel that vibe because when you were speaking, Chantel, that the raw gives you the rainbow. I remember when you were talking about preparation with you and Chef Ocean, I think you said.
Yes,
You, this,
yes. We were making this cauliflower rice curry salad that I invented.
right. So while you were on that live session with Chef Ocean, you were speaking of, certain battles that you might have had with the mindset when it came to you and your mother, and how your mom was kind of like, is this healthy? Like, how can you live on this? What is this? Can you talk about just a little bit of the friction that kind of created in your family?
So my parents are very different when it comes to diet. So my dad is eating like pretty much a standard American diet. A lot of meat, a lot of cheese, just like you know, like bread, and he has probably like pasta every single night if he's cooking himself. He doesn't really know how to cook. He doesn't, he only like makes pasta for himself. Um, my mom also eats like everything, but since I became vegan, she really like, so I was always cooking for the both of us, and she really loved the meals that I was making. So she doesn't mind not having meat. Like she's not like eating a vegan meal and like, oh, like something's missing. Not at all. Um, Raw vegan, she feels like she's getting bloated most of the time, so she sticks to her own things. But I'd say she's pretty much, so like maybe like 6 days out of the week, it's vegetarian. So I'm pretty proud of that, that I kind of like made her, she's not a vegetarian, but like, you know, like kind of, she gets the thought behind it. She's like, oh, I really don't want to eat these cute chickens. I'm like, yeah, you really don't. You really don't.
Hey, so
Um,
so planting seeds in that way, I love that you said
yes.
that about, you know, making that, just having that vision of eating chickens or eating something that's alive. Because when people are learning to thrive and learning different ways that they can imbibe and they can ingest and they can digest different types of consumption, some people, they head down the route of, okay, I'm vegan for my lifestyle, I'm vegan for the healing, I'm vegan for the vibrance, I'm vegan for the energy.
Yeah.
Then when there's people where they say, oh, I'm actually vegan for the animals, the crimes that have been happening to the animals, the
Yeah.
atrocities that have been happening to the animals. And then there's other people that, might not even be in either or, so what category do you feel like you felt inclined to find that shift when it did start to lift? If it doesn't sound like it was for the animals in the beginning.
No, actually, um, so I'd say my reason is all of them.
Okay.
I love every single aspect of being a vegan. Like I love it for the ethnical parts, like the animals. I love it for the environment. I love it for the health. So it's really every single thing that you say, like, oh, that's beneficial when you're vegan. I love it all. It started with the animals though, because I was vegetarian first, and it was only vegetarian because of the animals. Like we watched this slaughter movie in sixth grade. How like the how chicken nuggets are made,
Hmm.
and I saw this video, and it was like, whoa,
You said
that
sixth grade?
fuck, like really.
You, you
Um,
said sixth grade? Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, back then I was like, why are they showing us this video? But I'm actually so grateful, and everybody should. Like, I don't want to sound like harsh in a way, but I think I definitely, if I ever have kids, they are allowed, like I'm not going to feed them meat, but if they ask me about it, like if they would like ask me, oh mom, like can I have like chicken wings or whatever, and I'd be like, sure, just so you know where they're coming from and what it is, I'll like let them know, I'll show them all the videos, and like this wasn't like living being and now it's dead. If you still decide to eat it, you can, but I'm not gonna make it for you. You get it yourself. Like I'll be like very straightforward with that. So I'm actually glad we watched that video. But yeah, so I started this. The whole thing was like because I love animals so much,
Okay.
and I just never saw the harm in animals for like drinking milk or like like eating eggs. So the vegan diet was always like, okay, that's extreme. But then because um, I never looked into it, but now like since I did with like what comes with a vegan diet, why are people vegan? Like what is the harm in that? I was like, okay, I don't want to eat cheese again. I don't want to support like dairy industry and eating eggs, like chickens, periods, really. Like, and also in India, it's funny, you're like most of the population is vegetarian, but they count eggs under meat. They don't like they say they're vegetarian, and then if you're not vegetarian, you eat the eggs because eggs are like baby chickens.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Chantel, because I don't know how my life would be today if I had seen that at sixth grade, you know, sixth
What is
grade.
I was meaning to ask you what is your journey like? Like what is your are you or like your diet and what's your point of view on that?
Right, right. I resonate with what you were talking about with the animals, but I only started seeing that when I was in my late 20s, you know? When I was in
How
my
old are
late,
you now?
say again?
How old are you
I'm in
now?
my 30s now. Yeah,
Okay. A
yeah,
beautiful age.
yeah. Yeah. So when I was in my late 20s, that's when I actually started. I saw that documentary. There was one called Earthlings, you know? And the Earthlings documentary, it was narrated by Joaquin Phoenix. And that changed my whole life because I had never before seen what was going on behind closed doors of slaughterhouses and all that stuff. And I just didn't even know they talked about the five things that, animals, for food, for clothing, for entertainment, for pets, and for scientific advancement, for scientific experiments and endeavors. So when they broke all that down to me, I thought that I had been living a lie my whole entire life, because I had been consuming all kinds of stuff. And that kind of led me slowly but surely, just like you planted the seed with your mom, slowly and surely I started to head down that path. And so I live a liquid lifestyle today. So I only consume liquids. But you but
Wow.
with the fruit and with, you know, vegetarian to vegan, like you see the changes. You see changes on every level, on every degree, and every side of the spectrum. So even when you put on your bio, Chantel, you have something that says, the caterpillar and like soon to be the butterfly or on the way to the butterfly, you know? So I
Hmm.
love that. What do you feel about that whole metamorphosis process? Like what stage do you feel you're in now? Are you in the cocoon or are you still the butterfly, or the caterpillar, I should say?
I'm definitely in the cocoon,
Okay.
but early stage. Early stage. I'm not yet to be a butterfly. I'm still, you know, I'm still, yeah, I'm still in the cocoon. Still
Hmm.
need time, and that's okay because I have all the time in the world.
Exactly.
There's
Exactly. So,
no rush.
right. So what does that butterfly look like to you? What is Chantel as the butterfly? How does that feel to you?
What do you mean? So I
So,
know my butterfly will have all colors in it. It'll be
okay,
the most beautiful butterfly with the rainbow colors.
okay. And you don't feel that way today because we feel that. At least I feel that coming from you. I feel like a lot of color, a lot of life, a lot of joy, a lot of vibrancy coming from you right now. Where do you feel like you lack? Where do you feel like you
Yeah,
don't feel that?
well, as I kind of like mentioned before, like there's a lot of things within myself that I'm partly like not ready to share yet, or that I still feel like I'm struggling with it within myself. And it might just be like a certain, like some days are just like where I'm really off, or I still feel like I'm figuring out. I don't think there's like an end line or like a finish line. Like I wouldn't say like I'm not there yet because what is it to be there at? Like there's no like end of it. But also I'm like still learning so much.
Hmm.
I because being the butterfly to me would be like some days to me are really so dark in a way, like just, you know, just within myself. Um, and I'm still trying to be the light. I'm still trying to see the positive, but I just feel so down and so off. And that to me, like, not saying that being the butterfly means like never having a dark day, because that to me, that's not truth. And I think there will always be dark days, because without, you know, without the dark there wouldn't be light, and then the other way around, like they always ups and downs, you know. I always have to be like a dark side to have to have the bright side. So I wouldn't say that at all, but I I just don't feel it yet, you know. I don't, I wouldn't consider myself being the butterfly yet, just
Okay.
because there's so much to learn still, and there's so, like, I wouldn't say I'm 100% there with the self-love and with the alignment and with the accepting yourself, and I'm still struggling with that sometimes, and I want to be more consistent with that, and yeah, just happier with myself in a way, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. You know, that's real. And just thank you for that testimony, because I know that that touches somebody else in here. I know you're not alone. You're not alone. So many people are going through that and growing through that, you know, when it comes to just their
And I hope, like, I'm trying to be very authentic on my Instagram, and I mean, I don't have like a huge number of followers, like there's so many more out there, but the ones that I do have, and the ones that I like that appreciate my posts, I'm trying to be very authentic and very open with, like, you know, I mean, just like being yourself and accepting yourself. And even though I'm not 100% loving myself or accepting myself every single day, it's okay. Like, it's okay to have these, it's okay to not feel okay sometimes, and it's okay to be down and feel off and have low energy, and that's not the goal. You don't want to feel that way, but don't give yourself a hard time if you do feel that way, because it's all part of the journey, and it's all a lesson in a way. And same with, you know, like my trip to India, like I had a really bad time most of the time, but it's okay, because it taught me so many other things, and it opened my eyes in so many other ways, and it opened doors that were closed before, and it gave me the strength to also like take another step in life that was necessary to heal. So I'm trying
absolutely.
to be very, yeah, open with that, and not lie about, oh, life is beautiful and life is a butterfly, you know, because it is, but also it's okay if you don't feel that way, you know, if you feel like, oh,
Absolutely.
today is not a butterfly day. Today is just a being in bed and not feel happy day, and that's fine.
Right. Right. You know, I resonate with that, because you remind me, Chantel, you know, someone once told me, you are complete, but you are not finished. You know, it's like
Yes.
you are whole, but there's still work to be done. You know, we're all works in progress. And I know that you can relate, because even Michelangelo, you know, one of history's greatest, you know, artists, painters, inventors, you know, he said when he was approaching, I think, his deathbed, like in his 80s, he was like, ancora imparando, which in Italian means I am still learning, you know? And you said that. You said, I'm still learning. That's one of the wisest things that anyone can say, because you're like allowing yourself to leave that open door to possibility. And when you say that, oh, I know everything, you know, there's nothing else I need to learn,
That,
you
and
close.
if you're saying that,
Yeah.
then there is even more to learn for you, right?
Mhm.
Because I mean, we're always the students. Life is the teacher, and we will always be the student.
Mm.
We will never know it all, and that's okay because we don't even have to. Like, all we have to know is that we know nothing, right? It just is.
Wow. Wow. Very poetic. Very poetic. Well, no, thank you, Chantal, for just giving us a little more of your story, giving us your time, giving us your testimony, and then really just giving us your heart, expressing yourself the way you know best. And yeah,
Well, thank
I'm pleased.
you for giving me the chance to share my truth.
Sure, for sure. So if this is anyone's first time seeing you, and they really relate to your story or they really connect with you on a level where they're going through a tough time or they themselves might not know where to turn or they even might be intrigued by your lifestyle and want to learn more and to see how their moods can shift and how their energy can lift, what would you let them know? Or do you invite them to come and talk to you? Do you have a dialogue with people?
Yes. Yes. I mean, I want to say, like, I don't really see myself in the position to, like, teach anybody, or, I all I can do is share my truth, and all I can do is, like, share my experiences with myself and with life. So whatever someone is going through, they're always welcome to, like, reach out to me, and I'm always happy to, like, share what I know and, like, help them in any way that I can help. But because I would definitely say, like, I'm not there yet, who am I to, like, who am I to teach? Because what is there to teach? Like, I don't have it figured out myself. So all I do is share my perspective on it. And that's, like, something that I really want to stress out. Like, I don't want to, like, pretend to be the healer here. But if it helps to anyone out there, to just, like, talk about it, or, like, get it off their chest, I'm always here. Like, I always listen. And, like, what I always like, what I always say is, like, I see you and I hear you and I feel you and I love you, because there's so much love out there, so much space in my heart for all these people that need the love, because I see you and I feel you, and we're all one in a way. So, um,
Yeah.
I'm definitely here for each and every one, who wants to talk about whatever they're going through. But also, it's important to me that people out there know I'm not preaching, or, like, I'm not pretending to be the teacher or the healer here. Like, I'm just sharing my perspective, and it might help someone else to, like, listen to what I have to say, or, doing the same things or doing the complete opposite. Like, it might help someone, but if it doesn't, there will be other things in life for them. Like, I don't think there's one way, and this is just my way, and it might help someone, it might not. That is up to them.
Yeah. And I would even, echo that and go even further to say that it's already helped someone, it's already helped
So
people,
I
people who are
hope.
watching right now, if I don't know if you've seen all these hearts going up and all these people that have been commenting saying, we love that, people here
Aww.
are the healers. Like so many people are echoing what you're talking about. So there's already people that are being touched right now.
You. Oh, I just read all these.
Yeah.
I
So
love you guys.
So in the moment, in the now moment, you're already helping, and every little bit helps, even if it seems insignificant, even if it seems small, the small affects the all. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So
so cute. I just read all these messages. That is
there you
so sweet.
there you go. So
Aww.
more than enough, and we appreciate you. And I trust that this won't be the last time I hear your voice. Definitely continue to share your truth, continue to embody that, and live that out.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
All right. All right. Well, take care.
Take
Take care.
care and much love to you out there. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope the sun treats you well today. It comes through a little bit here now.
Hmm.
So, wonderful day to you, my friend.
You as well.
Mhm.
You as well.
Bye.
Bye bye.